episode of National Veterans Alliance. And we are a group, or I should say, a community of great real estate agents throughout the whole country, and we find homes for veterans. And I want to talk a little bit about the real estate agents. We are now training them so that if you're a veteran, they know exactly what you're needing, but also, too, the biggest thing is listening to what you want. And we make sure that we hear that and that we serve you the way that all of us should serve you. So today we have a great special guest. As everybody knows, I'm all over the board. I'm learning to tone it in, but that's one of my
Don't.
weaknesses. But you know what? Everybody knows that I get so excited about this. My passion for veterans is like way up there, and that's proven every single day. And but we had Sam Brinkley here, and I want to get right into him because he has so much valuable information. And as you know, National Veterans Alliance, we're very picky and we choose people that share that same passion that we do for veterans. It's not about the money, it's not about the business, it's about what we can do for you and how we can serve you better. So, welcome, Sam.
Hi, thank you.
I'm
Thanks for having me.
so
I
glad
appreciate
that you're
it.
here. So, tell us about, I want to know a little bit about you.
Well, not a whole lot to say. My dad's a Marine, and once a Marine, always a Marine. So
That's
my
true.
dad's a Marine. He's 80 years old. Both my grandfathers served in one and two. As far as the military, I'm the past SAL commander for the American Legion. I'm a past American Legion rider as well. But we're very focused on the families of the vets because not only the vets go through the stuff that they go through, but the daughters, the sons, and the mothers, the fathers all go through it as well.
Isn't that is so true because the families are almost tucked in the background,
Secondary.
and and they really almost take the bulk of it.
Well, they live it.
Yeah, and they live that like every day, and the before, the during, and the after. It's lifetime.
Right, and the
Yeah,
wives, and they've all got to deal with the repercussions of coming back off of deployment,
the
and
PTSD.
and sending somebody off, and they come back and they're totally different,
Yeah,
and you got to learn how to deal with that, and you got to learn how to support it and
yeah.
help them,
Hmm.
because you don't just throw your hands up. So I'm very passionate as far as when it comes to veterans and things of that nature, because anytime we can do anything or reach out for a veteran, I think we absolutely all should, because we owe them our freedom and how
Yeah,
we
we
have
do.
our life today, and be able to do what we do. So.
I agree. I agree. So, tell us about what you do. Well, like your career. Like, were you in the military? You said no,
No,
you
no,
weren't.
I wasn't
Okay.
in the military, but like I said, I didn't serve, but I have the honor of serving now,
Yeah.
doing what I can to help veterans, do whatever we can to try to reach out. And once again, the biggest concern I think right now for the U.S. is probably that, if a vet gets their leg hurt, they'll go get it fixed. They'll get their arm hurt, they'll go get it fixed. But when they have problems with the
Hmm.
um, you know, mental capacity of having to deal with what they went through, they won't get it fixed, and that's the biggest problem they run into. And so the idea is to get identify them and see them and let them know there's other groups and organizations out there, because it's not just your organization, it's not just the American Legion. It's there's so much help and so many things out there with the media and with all the multimedia outlets now. But the problem is if they don't reach out, there's nothing you're going to be able to do. They just live in their, either a lot of them are homeless, a lot of them are just, living their private, hell.
Hmm.
And, what if you do is you try to identify it and make them feel comfortable about saying it's okay to go get help and
Exactly.
to fix it.
Right. And that is such a true statement. And that's what we have found. And that's why for National Veterans Alliance, yes, this is the real estate side, but that's why we want to train. We actually, our agents have to read a couple books because how can you really help a veteran who's suffering with a PTSD and being able to have a clear understanding of what they went through, but also what the family went through. So you're not just dealing with that person buying that house, that father, that husband. You have to take that whole family into consideration. And also, too, as you know, DDS for Vets, I'm the founder of DDS for Vets, and we're a resource center. So that's why I started National Veterans Alliance, another resource for them. But what our resource is the counselors for the PTSD. And of course, we have training of the the service dog, a fully working service dog for our veterans. But also too is that, again, with the resources, we're looking for people that have businesses so we can have business opportunities, job opportunities. We bring in all sorts of a variety of different careers or people with the expertise to be able to help the veteran guy or gal and help them to go ahead and go forward. And I'm so intrigued with what you do with the Xerox. Can you go in and talk about that? But what you have, how you can help organizations like mine and the National Veterans Alliance, the DDS for Vets, how can we, in other organizations too, we have so many wonderful organizations around there, what can you offer us to help us get that word out and help that veteran?
Well, my main focus and goal, especially with being in innovative technology solutions, they're out of our corporate office is out of Boca, and we not only do the copier side of it, we do various other things as well, as far as technology, voice over IP, things of that nature. But with Xerox specifically, we try to go into these different organizations and offer them discounted pricing, nonprofit pricing, to assist them in trying to accomplish what they got to do, because they still have the same business expenses that the commercial guy does that makes
Of
money,
course.
but they don't have the luxury of making the money, because they're not for profit.
Right.
So everything they spend, every dime they spend, every dollar they spend is important to make sure they're utilizing it. So whereas you'll go to Kinko's or any of the other commercialized printers and pay 25, 30, 40 cents per color, we offer discounted rates as low as 6 cents per image on a piece of paper, and that allows them to be able to do more with the money that they have, and also give them the equipment, provide the equipment on site to allow them to, instead of having to go and take it somewhere else and do it, they can actually print it and produce it themselves, because 90% of the time they put it all together anyway.
Right, of
It's
course
on
they do.
PowerPoint, or it's
Yeah.
on the publisher,
Right,
or it's on
right,
wherever. So they're
right.
getting it ready already, and they're going to drive over to a commercial printer and get it printed. Whereas this gives them the capability of doing it on demand when they need to. Plus, they don't have to order as much.
Right.
Sometimes you make a massive order because it's cheap.
Yeah.
Then something changes in your
And you throw 'em
brochure.
away.
Then you got to throw them
And
away.
it's such
So
a
then it's
waste.
wasted. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And this is what I love, because I just actually put something out on social media, and what I want to do is I want to know who all the veteran-owned businesses are. That's what I'm looking for, and I have had this abundance of responses.
I bet.
And I'm just grinning ear to ear, because I'm like so excited, because we want to go ahead and help them. And I'm so excited to have met you, because now I can, anybody we refer, we already vetted, we know that they're going to be the best of the best for our guys, and so I'm just so elated
Well, the
to be able to
service
meet
and the
you and what you
pricing
can
is
offer.
important.
Oh, I can't get over that 6 cents. I mean, I just went
Because-
and I paid $1 for color, and it was $1 per page, and it was crazy.
Yeah, well, and that's what I said. I went to UPS the other day because I'm Amazon, so I went to go print up a label, and they wanted $3 for me to email them and let them print a black and white half piece of paper, and wanted $3 for it. And I was like, and being in the copier business, I'm like, oh my gosh, somebody's making some good money.
Oh yeah,
But
somebody
when it
is.
comes to veteran-owned businesses, we can go in, we can help do the analysis, show them how they can save money, and if they can't save money, that's okay. Down the road, maybe we'll try to save money or try to help them. But if we can go in there and show them how to redirect their funds and use them in a different way, and utilize what it can do, then everything they put out, number one, it's going to be great quality. It's going to be good, solid service, and it's going to be the best possible price you can do. Plus, it opens up the doors of things if you have a piece of equipment that can do envelopes or books or whatever, now all of a sudden you've got a plethora of different things that you
Yeah.
can do for putting out there,
Right.
and getting your word out there for that particular organization.
Yeah, I think it's great, and I don't know if you probably do already know this, because you are involved in the community with the veterans, but Fort Pierce is the hub,
Yeah,
and we have 75,000 they figure about the end of 2027 that are retiring and coming to Florida, the whole state of Florida. But how great would it be to have them come to the Treasure Coast? How great, I mean, especially out in Traditions. I mean, with
I think it's one of the fastest growing
FedEx
areas.
going, oh my God, it is, and you've got Cheney Brothers out there, and you've got so many of these
And if you-
corporations
and if you look
coming
around
in.
Becker, there are, I can't tell you how many new warehouses are just popping
Right.
up. They don't even have anything there yet.
Oh, I
That you
know.
know it's coming.
Oh, it is. I mean, it is. But it's a great opportunity for the veteran to go ahead and to start their own business, because they're going to, with the Fort Pierce being the hub, it's going to be able to help them get a little bit of a discount and everything. So I'm thinking for you, this is such a great opportunity for both. For you, including the veteran who's just starting their business. And so
Well,
we
see, we can
definitely
do the
want
small
to.
machines that they
Mhm.
can start at their house, and then we can go up to the big organizations that, once you've grown to a certain level and you have other needs, we can take that from the small and allow you to grow and be able to facilitate your journey and still be able to do, from doing your voice over IP phones to
Yeah.
doing your, if you need computers, if you need copiers, things of that nature, to allow you to be able to focus on what you want, which is your
Wow.
business.
I think that
Take the
that
headache
is
out
so
of it.
great. So let me ask you, so you have the equipment, and so is there a lease program? Do they buy it out? So
Well,
what,
typically most people lease because they can
Yeah.
write it off as an
Right.
expense anyway.
Mhm.
So they typically lease the equipment. Plus, it gives them more flexibility to make changes to it. So that if you do a 3-year lease, then if you're 12 months in and all of a sudden you see growth, you can just adjust the lease and then put in a bigger machine or whatever.
Oh, you can, okay.
And then we
great.
do a service, which is inclusive. So we offer all the service: toner, drum, developer. We come on site. We service your machine within
Wow.
4 hours. We take care of you, like I said, on site. Everything's automated, so it automatically orders toner for you, automatically places service calls for you, because the artificial intelligence has gotten so much better now.
Yeah, it's.
So, and then the
I think
ability.
that is so good. I think AI. I think it's so good, but it's a little bit on the scary side too.
Yeah.
I think that we're, um, it's. I don't know. I guess I'm old school.
Well, you got to
Hey,
embrace
don't
it.
laugh. I
Because
still have my
if you
Rolodex
don't,
from
if you don't,
1981.
my dad still has a flip phone,
Oh
and
my
he
God.
won't let go of it. And
Oh,
I've
yeah.
worked like crazy. I just got him talked to a year ago into an iPad.
I'll tell you, sometimes I wish I had a flip phone.
That way you can say, I didn't get your call.
I know. But I mean, it's just such an opportunity, and
Well, with the
you know,
AI,
for
you're
our
gonna
veterans.
find that it's going to make your lives easier, especially in the imaging industry, because
Yeah.
we got machines now that can scan and take an English set of documents, and it scans them, converts them, and by the time they hit the tray,
Yeah.
as they're making copies, can be in another language. Can be in Spanish, can be in
Wow.
Haitian, can be in whatever. Also, we have redacting software for medical companies. So it
Wow.
automatically gets rid of people's private information, and you don't have to do anything. AI automatically
Oh.
identifies
Oh,
it,
wow.
blacks it out so you can't see it. So when it comes out in the tray,
Yep.
all the information is already redacted.
Oh my God.
So yeah,
So let me ask you. I'm going to put you on the spot here. So.
great.
So for a veteran business owned, and he's a veteran, is there any type of discount that you could help them with?
Yeah, of
I
course,
mean,
absolutely. I
okay,
mean, we
good.
offer nonprofit pricing. We also offer veteran pricing, if
Great.
you are a vet or whatever. And because Xerox nationally, I mean, they do a lot. I mean, because you got to understand, xerography was invented by Xerox. And all
Yeah,
the copiers.
I was surprised you told me that earlier.
Yeah, all the copiers on the planet you deal with now came from the father of I guess imaging, which would be xerography, and it's Xerox. Because if you think about it, nobody ever says go make me a this copy or that copy. They say make me a Xerox copy, or whatever. So that technology's out there, and they do a lot to try to help nonprofits. They do a
Yeah.
lot to try to help, and they're worldwide.
Yeah,
I mean, we
they are,
install
yeah.
machines in Bogota, California, New York, and we can control even if they have offices here or if they're a satellite office from another company, another part of the United States, we can facilitate installing and putting equipment anywhere. So, I mean, that helps with everything. Plus, we ship it, we install it. Our IT guys, bring it to your network, set up your scan to email, things of that stuff.
I'm excited about that.
What I call
Stephen
KISS.
Banziak and Jason Yarborough of Barron Real Estate. You're my next phone call.
You know what I call KISS?
I love this.
Keep it simple, stupid, and
That's
that way it makes
right.
it easy for everybody to be
That's
able to do what
right.
they need to do. Let us worry about what we do, and we'll take care of you.
Yeah.
So.
I just love it. I think it's great. So you're involved in some veteran organizations, and if you could tell us a little bit about that. And I know you had mentioned Mission 22. I'm very
Well, I'm
intrigued
a
with that
strong
as
believer
well.
of Mission 22 because a lot of people don't understand or don't realize that there are 22 veterans that that commit suicide and make the wrong choice every single day in the
Yeah.
United States. And Mission 22 is a company that recognizes that and tries to do as much as they can to help support the mental health from the PTSD for the veterans to be able to, kind of move forward and not make that bad decision,
Right.
But it's something we have to deal with every day,
And we do, and that's the thing, and I've said this a number of times, PTSD, it's not a cure, it's not a disease. I have heard from a few of the Marines that were over in the Afghanistan exit. If you saw what they saw, nobody would be in their right mind. Nobody.
Well,
it's
and that's
so
that's what
sad,
makes you go.
but we want to
I've got
help them to go
PTSD
through.
because my dog got run over by a car. It's like the PTSD that the military talk about, the PTSD that other people talk about.
It's different.
It's two different worlds.
Well, it is. Well, they're definitely different. I don't even want to use the word experiences, but different trauma. It could be you could have PTSD from a car accident. God forbid somebody is raped.
Yeah, they're
Abused.
they're definitely
I mean, it's
PTSD. It's just
yeah,
different.
it's a whole different. Well, and we gear in obviously with the veterans, but it's definitely different. It's like anything, even like when you're sick, everybody's different. We're just made up different. No one has the exact same experience. Everyone has a different experience. But when I hear the stories, it's heartbreaking. And you just want to reach out and just make it all go away. But you can't. But at least what we can do with our counselors and everything, at least help them to cope with it, help
Teach
them
them how to deal.
to pull themselves out of that. And we've got some great organizations. We've partnered up with Marksman. A lot of you know Bo Slay and the Marksman's group. And I just had a phone call from a Navy vet, and he said that he went and it was life-changing. Just life-changing for
that.
him. And we have John Galantes of Armed Forces Brewery, and he has the group, He's Got Your Six. And it's just amazing. So we're all working together.
Mission Barbecue, same thing.
Mission
They
Barbecue.
do a ton for the veterans.
They do. And so we're just really, there's so many different organizations. And with all the organizations, we're not even skimming the surface. And I have to say this, what it really saddens me where the government, they join the service, you belong to the government, basically. And then when you get out, and that's the sad part. That is the sad part. And
It's like when you're 18 and you opt out of foster care.
yeah, it's
They have a nice
yeah,
life.
yeah, and I think that is, I won't even go in there. I won't.
Well, there
I'll go off the road
there's a
on
lot
that
of programs that'll take them out of the military and bring them back into civilian life, and then because it's very hard to if you take landmines out of the ground
Yeah.
and come back here, okay, how many
Ex-
landmine jobs you got? They're not
Exact-
out there.
And that's exactly the
So
point.
you have to figure
That-
out with that
yes,
technology and the capabilities of what
Yeah.
can I do now to
Exactly.
provide for my family and provide for
Right.
myself.
And they're looking for that purpose too, because what they were trained for in the military, and then they come out and try and get a job here, and that is a great scenario, and spot on as well. So, what other groups are you?
Well, the American
Mhm.
Legion,
And tell us, I've heard of the American Legion, but to be very candid with you, I don't know a whole lot about it.
there are basically four facets of the American Legion. There's the American Legion for the vets. Then there's the Sons of the American Legion, which is SAL. Then there's the Daughters of the American Legion, which is the auxiliary. And then there's the American Legion Riders. So those are four different groups of that are inside the American Legion. The American Legion is one of the largest organizations in the United States because there are so many posts everywhere. Now, not to take away from the VFW
Yeah.
or as far as the American Legion go, they just both coexist.
Right.
The VFW is Veterans of Foreign War, and
Okay.
as time's gone on, from Korea to now, Vietnam, so they're all starting to pass away.
Yeah.
So those organizations are having trouble because the younger guys don't want to go
Right.
to the veterans, because VFW, you go there and you sit there and smoke a cigarette and talk about whatever.
Yeah.
But with the American Legion, they try to get more involved and be more proactive to let them know, hey, it's not just for the vet.
Yep.
A lot of the organizations have restaurants, they have bingo nights, they have all this other stuff that you can take your family to. Your sons, your daughters, your dads. Because just about you can't throw a rock without hitting somebody that is a family member or
Yeah.
a veteran.
Right, right.
So this allows you, and there are so many posts here on the Treasure Coast, so many.
Yeah.
And you look them up, and they're there, and anybody can go into them. As far as visit them or whatever. But then, the sons and the daughters, that's your right to be there too.
Yeah.
It's your right to be there and support of it, because the sons and daughters, they then raise money for different functions and different things that go on inside the American Legion as well, directly resulting in helping vets.
Right.
And to me, that's such a great organization, because I've been probably 10 years. I've been working with them, out of North Carolina, obviously. And now that I'm down here, I'm going to be starting to work, and transfer membership down here. But I think that's one of the strongest things for a family. When I say family, it's a family of around the vet, that you guys can go and have like-minded people. Once again, it's people have dealt with. You have mothers, you have the fathers, and that went through the process. And that allows them to be able to feel more comfortable in the environment when they walk in, because they know that those people are basically
Right.
In the same realm, kind of
Yeah.
like the firefighters, because I'm a former firefighter as well. But police officers, firefighters, first responders, they're a family.
Yep.
And their families are families.
Of course, and the firefighters. It's yes, we do gear into the veterans. A lot of firefighters are veterans too, but we also the first responders, because unfortunately in today's world, I have to say that the probably most disrespected that I can't even imagine how we live today. I would never have imagined that years ago. And the first responders, the police, law enforcement, and veterans,
I'd say
personal opinion, are the most disrespected, and
and most underpaid.
Right.
Same thing with
Very
teachers,
underpaid.
because they're not paid what they're worth to put their life on the line
Yeah.
day in and day out.
Oh,
Yeah.
It,
So you
it's
see all
really
these people
sad.
making millions and millions and billions of dollars, and then you see these guys that are doing like God's work, and having to work two jobs because they can't make ends meet.
Exactly, and it just, I was so appalled this morning. I'm listening to the news, and I forgot the name of the city. It was a small city in Maryland. They're totally wiping out the police department, the force. They all lost their jobs.
That'd be a scary place.
This afternoon, I will be contacting, we're going to go ahead and send up some information and find out who we can talk to, because I can tell you, St. Lucie County Sheriff and Port St. Lucie Police Department is hiring. So to me, come on down here to Florida. You will get that support here. You may not have it up in Maryland. You may not have it up in D.C. and God knows all
Come
these
on
other
down, get a
places.
tan.
That's right. Come down here, start your own business or whatever. But they are hiring here. Thank you so much for coming.
It's
I'm
my pleasure.
I'm going to call you back, because I know, and I want to meet with you after. We've got to set up an appointment to meet with you, because there's so much more I want to talk about. Is there anything you haven't mentioned that you would like to mention? Are there any things that are coming up, or
that,
any thoughts? It's all yours right
I just want to talk about, as far as the networking and stuff. I think this is one of the strongest areas in Florida on the Treasure Coast for all the business networking and uplifting people and uplifting companies, and because you got a lot of people that are smaller businesses, smaller companies, some that have been here for a long time, some that haven't been here for a long time. But for us to go and just network and be a part of each other's lives and say, hey, I do this, and if I need it, I'm going to use you, and if you do this, you do this. I just think that networking allows us, not only in business, but also when we try to spearhead for kids that are in distress, that for veterans, for police officers, for all the things that are needed. It allows us all in this network to be able to intercommunicate with each other, because once again, there's so much information out there, but there's a point of contacts that allow you to be able to achieve your things that you're trying to do, either through business or personal, or whatever you're trying to do. So I think this is probably one of the best places in Florida to live.
And networking is good. You're building relationships. But one thing I'm definitely going to note on that is, when you're networking, there definitely will be more than one person that's in the same profession. And you know what? You're not in competition. You're not in competition. To me, support each other, help each other, be positive. Because I'll tell you, sometimes with some of the networking, it's just they think it's competitive. You don't have to hear the negative. It's just support each other and be there. I'll tell you what,
Be uplifting.
that will be such an improvement, such an improvement. And you know what? And I would go as far as guaranteeing that if everybody did that, your business will grow.
Well,
I
there's
guarantee
enough
it
out
will
there for
grow.
everybody, though.
Oh,
That's what people don't understand. They're
exactly.
so greedy that they don't sit there and understand that I can coexist with another copier company in this area. You can coexist with other realtors, and guess what? There's more than anybody can handle.
There's so much business, and plus, too, personality. I have, for myself, clients have come to me, and I've passed them off to somebody else because I know they would get along better.
Right.
Could I do the job? Absolutely, 1,000%. That's not it. But if I had someone that's talking very, very slow and then I know exactly who I'm going to have them go
Of
to.
course.
And, because me, I mean, as you all can just tell, I'm just, ba, 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 ba.
Second cup of coffee.
I'm
Second cup
like,
of coffee.
yeah, I'm just hyped, but that's just my personality because I'm like so excited about everything, and I just love helping people. But my personality is not going to fit everybody, and that's okay.
Well, just remember too, though, people
That's
buy from who they
okay.
like. And
Exactly.
you don't have to like everybody, and everybody don't have to talk to
No.
you. That's why there's
Yeah.
chocolate and vanilla.
There you go.
Because then you can make a decision on what best fits you.
Right.
And if you as a person can sit there and go, okay, I know that I'm vanilla and you don't like vanilla, or I'm chocolate and you don't like chocolate, I'm going to put you with somebody that's strawberry because I know
Yeah.
you're going to mix and you're going to be well with them.
Yeah.
Versus, well, I'm not going to let them go my accounts. I'm not going to do this, because
Yeah.
people sit on their customers like this and
Yeah.
they're,
But see, that's what it is. To me, that customer, that client is more important to me. It's not about me. It's that customer is more important. But thank you so much for coming, and I want to go ahead and next week I have a very, very special guest that's coming in. She is a recent Gold Star mom, and she's going to go ahead and tell her story. But she lost her son, and I'm not going to go into a lot of the details, but I promise you, you're not going to want to miss next week's edition. Thank you, and have a great week.
Thank you.